On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Vacation.
A period in which someone does not have to attend work or school and is free to do whatever they choose, such as travel or leisure.
Examples:
A short vacation. Summer vacation. Do you have a plan for a long vacation?
Quarantine.
A state of isolation imposed on people or animals to prevent the spread of disease.
Examples:
Out of quarantine. Mandatory quarantine. Due to the outbreak, the government imposed a 2-week quarantine for all travelers.
Epicenter.
The point on the Earth's surface directly above the focus of an earthquake.
Examples:
The epicenter of the sports world. Epicenter magnitude. The epicenter of the earthquake was located deep beneath the Earth's surface.
Coronavirus.
A large family of viruses that can cause illness in humans and animals, which name comes from the crown-like spikes on the surface of the virus, which can be seen under a microscope, and COVID-19 is caused by a specific type of coronavirus known as SARS-CoV-2.
Examples:
Coronavirus antibody test kit. Coronavirus bankruptcy. Considering the situation of coronavirus, organized stopped this year's beer festival.
Outbreak.
A sudden start of something, usually a disease or something dangerous or unpleasant.
Examples:
Infectious disease outbreaks. The outbreak of hostilities. The government predicts an epidemic outbreak of multiple viruses, including coronaviruses and influenza.
Terrify.
To frighten someone very much.
Examples:
Terrify people. The threats terrify him. It would be best not to terrify your associates into doing complex tasks.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Flee.
To leave by running away, especially out of fear or danger.
Examples:
Flee their homes. Flee abroad. It is a basic instinct to flee from a dangerous situation.
Relieve.
To make something burdensome, unpleasant, or painful less severe.
Examples:
Relieve his thirst. Relieve stress. The medicine relieved his headache, and he felt much better.
Vaccine.
A substance that is put into the body and protects them from disease by causing them to produce antibodies, equals proteins that attack harmful bacteria, viruses, etc.
Examples:
Development of vaccines. An oral vaccine. The mRNA vaccine was approved in less than a year because it did not contain the fragments of the target virus.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples:
Spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Mutation.
The way in which genes of a person, plant, animal, or other organism change and produce permanent differences.
Examples:
Mutation of DNA. Hereditary mutation. Radiation often promotes genetic mutations in plants and animals.
Guarantee.
To promise something will happen formally, especially that certain conditions about a product, service, or transaction would be met.
Examples:
Guarantee a high quality. Guarantee women equality. We cannot guarantee enough raw material sources.
Catch up.
To try to make progress by working harder or faster, especially to make up for lost time or a disadvantage.
Examples:
Catch up with schedule. Catch up over coffee. I must catch up on my work and finish the report before the deadline.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
The worst case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Porous.
Having many small holes and being able to absorb or pass through fluids.
Examples:
Porous materials. Porous membrane. Our unfenced and largely unpoliced border inevitably has been very porous for insurgents.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Flat-footed.
Clumsy or awkward due to having flat feet, lacking grace or agility, caught off guard or surprised.
Examples:
Flat-footed stride. Flat-footed dancer. The athlete's injury made him feel flat-footed and unable to perform at his usual level.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples:
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
A bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Transmit.
To send or forward an electronic signal, to pass something from one person or thing to another.
Examples:
Transmit the disease. Transmit information. Parents often transmit their characteristics to their children.
Mismatch.
To put together or match items that are not compatible or do not fit well together. To be different from or not correspond to something else.
Examples:
Mismatch expectations. Mismatch socks. The colors of the shirt and pants totally mismatch, making the outfit look ridiculous.
Static.
Not moving or not capable of moving, not changing or not capable of changing.
Examples:
Static electricity. Static website. The static image on the screen took a lot of work to make out.
Dynamic.
Having a lot of energy, ideas, and enthusiasm and a strong personality, of or relating to dynamics, equals the branch of physics and engineering concerned with the forces that cause motions of bodies.
Examples:
A dynamic market. Dynamic person. The sprinter has a dynamic way of running.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Antibiotic.
A substance or drug that kills or slows down the growth of bacteria.
Examples:
Antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic allergy. He has been prescribed an antibiotic to treat his infection.
Resistant.
Not affected by something, especially changes or new ideas, of or relating to immunity, to disease or infection.
Examples:
Penicillin-resistant bacteria. Resistant to persuasion. Insects in urban areas are becoming resistant to insecticides.
Influenza.
Formal for flu, a highly contagious viral disease that causes fever, severe aching, and catarrh and often occurs in epidemics.
Examples:
An epidemic outbreak of influenza. Influenza B strain. The research institute allocated a lot of money to study the cause and prevention of influenza.
Resolve.
To find a suitable answer to the problems or difficulty.
Examples:
Resolve a dispute. Resolve the computer error. This company resolves its battery problem completely.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Similarly.
In almost the same way.
Examples:
Similarly situated. Have similarly great abilities. We argue that wages for temporary workers should similarly rise.
Radical.
Relating to the essential aspects of anything, far beyond the norm, mainly used of opinions and actions.
Examples:
A radical flaw in the plan. A radical cure. The government established by the coup was more radical than before.
Therapy.
The act of caring for someone through medication, remedial training, etc.
Examples:
Therapy for a patient. Field of gene therapy. I underwent aversion therapy for my addiction to alcohol.
Breakthrough.
A sudden, dramatic, and important discovery or development that helps to improve a situation or provide an answer to a problem.
Examples:
Breakthrough in the negotiations. Breakthrough discovery. A technique called deep learning has led to breakthroughs in AI.
Devastating.
Causing a great deal of destruction or damage.
Examples:
Have devastating effects. Treat this devastating disease. This typhoon was the most devastating in years.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
Flu pandemic. Global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
Infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Amazing.
Extremely surprising, especially in a way that you like or admire.
Examples:
Amazing advances. The most amazing feeling. The golfer recorded an amazing distance.
Antiviral.
Inhibiting or stopping the growth and reproduction of viruses. Noun, any drug that destroys viruses.
Examples:
antiviral effect, an antiviral agent. The doctor immediately prescribed antiviral drugs.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
deploy troops for battle, deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
acquire knowledge, acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Rural.
Of or relating to the countryside.
Examples:
rural accents, people in rural areas. Many rural areas are still impoverished.
Dirt.
Soil, dust, or any substance that makes a surface not clean, the part of the Earth's surface consisting of humus and disintegrated rock.
Examples:
dirt road, dirt track. The garden was filled with dirt and needed to be tilled before planting.
Barefoot.
Without shoes or other foot coverings, wearing nothing on the feet.
Examples:
barefoot walk, barefoot fashion. The barefoot hiker enjoyed feeling the earth beneath their feet.
Disparity.
A significant difference or inequality between two or more things.
Examples:
the disparity between theory and reality. Income disparity. There is a significant disparity in pay between men and women in the company.
Shock.
A strong feeling or physical reaction to a sudden and unexpected event or experience, especially something unpleasant.
Examples:
death from shock, shock resistant. He got an electric shock at work.
Colleague.
One of a group of a coworker, especially in a profession or a business.
Examples:
collaborate with colleagues, former colleague. I decided to seek counseling on the advice of my colleague.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples:
lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban formed the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Barrier.
A fence or other obstruction that makes it hard to move or get in, any condition that makes it difficult to make progress or to achieve an objective.
Examples:
cost barrier, information barrier. The police placed a barrier across the street to halt traffic.
Infectious.
Able to be passed quickly from one person, animal, or plant to another, especially through air or water.
Examples:
An infectious fever. Person's smile is infectious. Leprosy is an indolent infectious disease.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Adherence.
The act of sticking to or following rules, guidelines, principles, or practices, the quality of being devoted or loyal to a belief, value, or cause.
Examples:
Adherence to rules. Strict adherence to guidelines. Adherence to the safety protocols is crucial in a laboratory environment.
Adhere.
To stick firmly, to be compatible.
Examples:
Adhere to their plan. Adhere rigidly to the rules. Administrators must adhere to the highest standards.
Regimen.
A prescribed course of medical treatment, diet, or exercise for the promotion or restoration of health.
Examples:
Fitness regimen. Regimen of chemotherapy. My doctor prescribed a strict regimen of exercise and healthy eating to help me lose weight.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Adversity.
Difficulties or hardships that someone faces.
Examples:
Environmental adversity. Struggling with adversity. The team demonstrated great resilience in the face of adversity and won the game.
Lifelong.
Lasting for the whole of someone's life.
Examples:
Lifelong career. Lifelong commitment. He had a lifelong love of reading and spent hours daily with a book.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
Interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Injection.
The act of introducing a liquid, especially a drug, into the body using a needle and a syringe.
Examples:
Fuel injection, injection needle. He received an injection of antibiotics to treat his infection.
Epidemiology.
The study of the distribution and determinants of health-related states or events, including diseases, in specified populations, and the application of this study to the control of health problems.
Examples:
Epidemiology research, cancer epidemiology. The epidemiology of influenza has been well studied over the years, leading to the development of effective vaccines and treatment strategies.
Parlance.
The way in which a particular group or community uses language, the specific terms, expressions, and jargon used by people in a particular field, profession, or social group.
Examples:
Legal parlance, common parlance. In medical parlance, a heart attack is a myocardial infarction.
Spreader.
A person or thing that spreads something, such as a disease, rumor, or substance.
Examples:
Fertilizer spreader, spreader of germs. The person who attended the party while having COVID-19 became a virus spreader.
Subset.
A set of things that are contained within another larger set, a portion or division of a group or category.
Examples:
Proper subset, subset selection. A subset of the employees will be trained in the new software program.
Highway.
A main road, especially one connecting major towns or cities.
Examples:
Highway system, an interstate highway. I'm going to take the highway to get to my destination faster.
Continent.
One of the Earth's large landmasses. Adjective, abstaining from your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
Examples:
The inland of a continent. Continent urinary diversion. Flight across the continent was a daring adventure in its day.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Stigma.
A mark of shame or disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person.
Examples:
Social stigma. Stigma against obesity. The mental health stigma often prevents people from seeking treatment.
Combine.
To join or merge to form a single thing or group.
Examples:
Combine chemically with another substance. Combine augmented reality. Hydrogen and oxygen combine to form water.
Conventional.
Based on or following traditional rules, standards, customs, etc.
Examples:
A conventional style. Get a conventional loan. She is very conventional in her thoughts.
Wisdom.
The quality of being wise, or the ability to use your knowledge and experience to make sensible decisions.
Examples:
A fountain of wisdom. Wisdom literature. The community greatly respected and sought after the older adult's wisdom.
Argue.
To express differing opinions or points of view, often in a heated or contentious manner, to present a case or reasoning to persuade or convince others.
Examples:
Argue a case. Argue passionately. The couple began to argue over which restaurant to go to for dinner.
Eliminate.
To remove or get rid of someone or something.
Examples:
Eliminate contestants. Eliminate sexual barriers. We can eliminate this possibility from those consumptions.
Overcome.
To succeed in controlling or dealing with something, such as a problem or difficulty, to defeat or overwhelm someone.
Examples:
Overcome opponents. Overcome all difficulties. He tried to overcome a bad reputation and win the election.
Resistance.
The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something.
Examples:
Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public.
Prop.
A piece of wood, metal, etc., placed beneath or against something to support it or keep it in position, a system, institution, or person that gives help or support to someone or something.
Examples:
Emotional prop. Prop stick. We have finally lost our last prop.
Convert.
To turn something into a different form, to transform.
Examples:
Convert fat into energy. Convert base 10 to base 16. I want to convert my sadness into strength.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy. Concept. An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Payoff.
The outcome or result of an action or series of actions, the return or reward gained from an investment, effort, or risk.
Examples:
financial payoff, emotional payoff. The payoff for all my hard work was finally getting a promotion.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
a private individual, individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Rigorous.
Allowing or demanding no deviation from a standard, extremely careful, thorough, or accurate.
Examples:
rigorous standards, have rigorous criticism. The way he manages his employees is extremely rigorous.
Publicly.
In a manner accessible to or observable by the public, by the government.
Examples:
publicly accessible record, publicly financed schools. She publicly denounced the government's mishandling of the economic crisis.
Graduate.
A person who has a first degree from university or college. Verb, to complete the first course of university or college and get a degree.
Examples:
graduate degree program, honor graduate. Many employers hire graduate trainees to train as managers.
Physics.
The science of matter and energy and their interactions.
Examples:
nuclear physics, laws of physics. He studied the physics of radiation.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
cognitive complexity, complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Epidemic.
The widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
a worldwide epidemic, health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Simplicity.
The quality or condition of being natural and plain or easy to understand or do.
Examples:
a life of simplicity, refined simplicity. He liked the car because of the simplicity of the design.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
fascinate the public, fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Instruction.
Detailed direction, order, etc., on how to do or use something.
Examples:
Individual instruction. Follow his instructions. They needed further instruction to perform their duties efficiently.
Malware.
A type of software designed to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system or network.
Examples:
Malware attack. Prevent malware. My computer was infected with malware, and it caused many problems.
Hijack.
To seize control of an airplane or other vehicle during an operation, especially with violence.
Examples:
Hijack a helicopter. Hijack a phone number. He made a desperate effort to hijack an airliner.
Single-minded.
Having a strong and unwavering focus on a particular goal or objective, characterized by a determined concentration on one thing.
Examples:
Single-minded determination. Single-minded ambition. He was single-minded in his pursuit of success, working tirelessly towards his goals.
Churn.
To stir or agitate a liquid, substance, or mixture vigorously to produce foam or because of violent movement, to cause a large number of people to move or leave, to produce something, such as money, through continuous activity or turnover.
Examples:
Churn out manufactured goods. Churn in my stomach. The cream needs to be churned for several minutes before it becomes butter.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Wipe.
To clean or dry something by rubbing with a piece of cloth or paper or one's hand and removing dirt, food, or liquid.
Examples:
Wipe off dirt. Wipe with water. Please wipe your sweat with this towel. Magnify. To make something look bigger than it really is, especially by looking at it through a lens. To make something bigger, stronger, or louder.
Examples:
Magnify the danger. Magnify the image for display. Terrorists often attempt to magnify the economic impact of their acts of destruction.
Anatomy.
The scientific study that deals with the physical structure of humans, animals, or plants.
Examples:
Animal anatomy. Anatomy of a country's collapse. The professor explained the anatomy of the nervous system.
Squiggle.
A curly or wavy line or mark, especially one that is irregular or difficult to follow. Verb, to draw or write something in a wavy or irregular manner, often with a series of small curves or loops.
Examples:
Squiggle line. Wavy squiggle. My signature always has a little squiggle at the end.
Genetic.
Of or relating to genes, equals parts of the DNA in cells, or the science of genes.
Examples:
Have genetic testing. A genetic disorder. Understanding protein folding is a vital step in deciphering the genetic code.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Assemble.
To collect in one place as a single group.
Examples:
Assemble your colleagues. Assemble a jigsaw puzzle. The president began to assemble an army.
Particle.
A small piece of something, a word or piece of a term with grammatical function, but little or no significance.
Examples:
Charged particle. Particle energy. We can calculate the position of the particles statistically.
Naive.
Showing unaffected simplicity and lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment.
Examples:
Naive belief. Naive mistake. The con artist's lies quickly took in the naive young man.
Ignorant.
Lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated, unaware of certain facts or information.
Examples:
Ignorant remark. Blissfully ignorant. He was ignorant of the fact that the meeting had been moved to a different location.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Amputate.
To cut off a part of the body, especially by surgery.
Examples:
Amputate both legs. Amputate below the knee. Finally, they had to amputate his foot to free him from the wrecked car.
Commandeer.
To take control or possession of something, usually by force or without the owner's consent. To requisition something, typically a vehicle or building, for military use.
Examples:
Commandeer a vehicle. Commandeer private property. The army decided to commandeer the local hotel as a temporary headquarters.
Machinery.
A group of large machines or the components of a machine that make it work, social institution functions or structure for doing something.
Examples:
Heavy machinery. Inactive machinery. The machinery of audit formally issued a business improvement order.
Dramatically.
In a very impressive manner.
Examples:
He confessed dramatically. The cabin pressure fell dramatically. Life expectancy has grown dramatically this century.
Consume.
To spend something, especially fuel, energy, or time, in a large amount.
Examples:
Consume a large of alcohol. Consume electricity. A smaller car will consume less fuel.
Intense.
Especially of a feeling, very strong, extremely sharp or severe.
Examples:
Intense heat. Develop intense itching. That statement by the Prime Minister drew intense international criticism.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Lab.
A workplace for the conduct of scientific research, a laboratory.
Examples:
Lab instrument. Medical lab. The Prime Minister will pay a courtesy visit to the Nobel laureate's lab.
Argument.
A set of statements or reasons used to support or refute a proposition or theory, a verbal or physical fight or dispute.
Examples:
A blazing argument. The argument against capital punishment. The argument between the two sides over the proposed policy was heated.
Monologue.
A solo speech or performance given by one person, typically in a theatrical or storytelling context, and often used to reveal aspects of the speaker's thoughts, feelings, or backstory.
Examples:
Inner monologue. Deliver a monologue. The actor's monologue was so powerful that the audience was moved to tears.
Physically.
In a way related to a person's body or appearance rather than their mind.
Examples:
physically and mentally. Stay physically fit. Having a physically healthy physique is essential for a great life.
Breath.
The air that is taken into and expelled from your lungs. The process of taking into and expelling air from your lungs.
Examples:
hold your breath. Breath of wind. He bated his breath when talking about this affair.
Viral.
Relating to or caused by a virus.
Examples:
fight viral infections. Detect a viral code. This device can more accurately detect viral pathogens.
Scared.
Afraid or frightened.
Examples:
scared all the time. Scared dog. I'm scared of insects.
Precedent.
A previous event or action that serves as an example or rule to authorize or justify similar events or actions in the future.
Examples:
break with precedent. A bad precedent. The court used previous precedents to make its decision.
Inadvertently.
Unintentionally, accidentally, without purpose or deliberate intent.
Examples:
inadvertently deleted. Inadvertently omitted. I inadvertently left my phone at home this morning and felt lost.
Eradicate.
To get rid of or destroy something completely, especially something bad.
Examples:
eradicate the deficit. Eradicate racial discrimination. We are trying to eradicate this disease from the world.
Polio.
An acute infectious disease caused by a virus that attacks nerve cells in the spinal cord and brain, leading to paralysis, muscle weakness, and potentially lifelong disability.
Examples:
polio epidemic. Polio eradication. The polio vaccine development is regarded as one of the greatest medical achievements of the 20th century.
Advisor.
A person who gives advice about a particular subject.
Examples:
a medical advisor. Chief advisor. After retiring, he continued to be an advisor to politicians.
Regulator.
A person or thing that controls or balances something. A person or an organization that is responsible for control and supervision of a particular activity or area of public interest.
Examples:
regulator body. A speed regulator. The financial industry regulator was responsible for ensuring that companies followed the laws.
Chase.
To pursue something or someone, to catch or capture them. To go after something vigorously or with determination. Noun, a pursuit or a hunt, a narrow groove or channel cut into a surface, often used for decorative purposes.
Examples:
chase a dream, wild goose chase. The police officer chased the suspect through the crowded streets until they finally caught him.
Doctoral.
Of or relating to doctorate, equals the highest degree from a university, or the achievement of a doctorate.
Examples:
doctoral program, doctoral research. She is pursuing a doctoral degree in psychology to become a licensed therapist.
Pregnant.
Having a baby or young animal developing in the uterus.
Examples:
needs of pregnant women. A silence pregnant with suspense. She vacated the position when she got pregnant.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Flask.
A container with a narrow neck and wide, flat body used for holding and carrying liquids.
Examples:
lab flask, vacuum flask. The chemist poured the solution from the beaker into the flask.
Foothold.
A secure or reliable position in a particular situation, allowing for further progress or expansion, a firm grip or support on a surface.
Examples:
establish a foothold. Military foothold. The company is looking to gain a foothold in the emerging market.
Hurdle.
A barrier or obstacle that must be overcome.
Examples:
overcome hurdles. Hurdle race. The company faced several hurdles in the development of its new product.
Risky.
Involving the possibility of danger, failure, or loss.
Examples:
change risky behavior. A risky enterprise. It is extremely risky to sail in such a storm.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Skeptical.
Doubting that something is accurate or useful.
Examples:
a skeptical attitude. Skeptical scientists. His religious and philosophical beliefs were utterly skeptical.
Alternative.
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples.
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples.
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Microscope.
An instrument used to see objects or substances that are too small to be seen with the naked eye.
Examples.
Microscope slide. Electron microscope. I used an optical microscope to observe the small organisms in the water sample.
Proof.
A fact or piece of information that shows something is true or exists.
Examples.
Documentary proof. A geometric proof. Proof is better than argument.
Simulate.
To make a pretense of someone's behavior or looks. To reproduce something that exists in real life using computers, models, etc., usually for study or training purposes.
Examples.
Simulate climate change. Simulate a future scenario. He had painted the wood to simulate stone.
Prevalence.
The state or condition of being widespread or common, the extent or frequency of occurrence of a disease or condition in a given population at a specific time.
Examples.
Prevalence rate. High prevalence of a diabetes. The prevalence of allergies has increased in recent years.
Introduction.
A preliminary explanation or remarks given before the start of a text, performance, or event, the act of bringing something new into existence or introducing something to a wider audience or new market.
Examples.
Introduction education. Self-introduction. The introduction to the new class was informative and engaging.
Quarter.
One of four equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples.
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Sought after.
Desired or pursued by many people, in demand or highly valued.
Examples.
Sought after item. Sought after speaker. The sought-after designer's latest collection sold out within hours of its release.
Theoretical.
Relating to the concepts and principles upon which a particular topic is founded, rather than practice and experience.
Examples:
theoretical models, theoretical physicist. Absolute zero is the lowest theoretical temperature.
Experimental.
Relating to or based on new ideas, forms, methods, etc. that have not been tried before, usually to find out what effect they have.
Examples:
experimental data, experimental design. The product is still in the experimental stage.
Large scale.
Involving many people or things, and involving a lot of change or activity.
Examples:
large-scale project, large-scale agriculture. The company is planning to make a large-scale expansion of its factory.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples:
clinical surgery, participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Initial.
Of or happening at the beginning, noun, the first letter of a word, especially a person's name.
Examples:
initial velocity, an initial letter. They took the initial step toward reconciliation.
Terminal.
A building or place where buses, trains, or airplanes stop and where passengers or goods can be picked up or dropped off. Adjective, of or situated at the ends of a delivery route.
Examples:
terminal disease, a terminal syllable. The terminal at the airport is where passengers catch their flights.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
cancer diagnosis, cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Volunteer.
A person who performs or offers to perform a job or service without being paid for or forced to do.
Examples:
seek volunteers, my volunteer work. The teachers make full use of volunteer assistance.
Incredibly.
In a way that is very difficult to believe, exceedingly, or extremely.
Examples:
incredibly cheerful character, get incredibly insecure. Several cities are experiencing incredibly high unemployment rates.
Cohort.
A group of people who share a common characteristic, experience, or background and are usually studied as a single unit in research or analysis, a companion or ally.
Examples:
cohort study, business cohort. The cohort of students from the science program graduated with top honors.
Altruistic.
Showing a selfless and disinterested concern for the happiness and well-being of other people.
Examples:
Altruistic behavior. Altruistic instincts in social animals. The company tried to build an altruistic image.
Preclinical.
Of or relating to the early phases of a disease when an accurate diagnosis is not possible because symptoms of the disease have not yet appeared. Of or relating to the first stage of a medical education.
Examples:
Preclinical diagnosis. Preclinical safety evaluation. The doctor suspected that the patient was in the preclinical stage of Alzheimer's disease.
Strident.
Loud, harsh, and grating to the ears, presenting a forceful or insistent tone or manner.
Examples:
Strident call for action. Strident criticism. Her strident voice made it difficult for anyone to ignore her.
Opposed.
Being completely different from something or disagreeing strongly with something.
Examples:
Two opposed characters. Absolutely opposed to abortion. I'm strongly opposed to that plan.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Ethics.
A branch of philosophy that considers what is morally right and wrong conduct, a set of beliefs about what is morally right and wrong.
Examples:
Political ethics. Ethics of journalism. This scripture provides the code of ethics for the religion.
Consent.
Permission or agreement to do something, especially given by somebody in authority.
Examples:
Consent for surgery. Give silent consent. She gave her consent to the company's proposal.
Misinformation.
Information that is false or inaccurate, or the act of giving wrong information, especially deliberately.
Examples:
Misinformation about a vaccine. Combat misinformation on social media. The government called for caution against pseudoscientific misinformation about vaccines.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Ethical.
Of or relating to principles about what is right and wrong, or the branch of knowledge dealing with these.
Examples:
An ethical doctrine. Shoulder ethical responsibility. The president must have the highest ethical standards.
Stake.
A share or financial investment in something such as a business, a wooden or metal post set up to mark something.
Examples:
Execution by burning at a stake. By the company's stake. The stake of the company is too high nowadays.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
Emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
React.
To take action in response to something.
Examples:
React at a high temperature. React against his way of thinking. How did he react to your idea?
Proactive.
Acting in advance to deal with an expected difficulty or to take advantage of an opportunity.
Examples:
Proactive approach. Proactive about doing the task. The company implemented proactive measures to prevent future issues.
Affluent.
Rich and wealthy, having a lot of money and material wealth.
Examples:
Affluent society. Live in affluent circumstances. She lived in an affluent neighborhood surrounded by wealth and luxury.